Hi, I'm Louise. I'm here with Carrie, who's a dietitian at U.S. Renal Care. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for talking to us today.
Sure, no problem.
So, what is your job?
Well, I'm a renal dietitian. So what I do is I see every patient that's on dialysis. Well, every patient of mine. There's also another dietitian here. And we review their blood test results. And the nutritional blood test results we go over with every patient every month. And we help them to adjust their diet to be healthier.
So do you work with patients when they first arrive to talk about general dietary advice?
Yes, so we have to check with them to see if they need renal diet education, if they want renal diet education, and we try and give them as much, education as they're ready for.
Okay.
And knowing that we'll see them every month, so the education it's always ongoing. Yeah, we work with their families. The families are the ones preparing food for them. Then they need to know the renal diet also.
So what are the biggest problems people have with the diet?
Motivation to follow the diet. Because, people love to eat. Some people are not ready to give up what they want to eat. Yeah, so we just education, inform them of health consequences, and that's all we can do, and try to be supportive, and try to be positive, because it is hard to change the way people eat.
Yeah, and that's part of what I've been wondering about is the role of diet in Hawaii and end-stage renal disease.
I'm sure a lot of them could have delayed dialysis, maybe, if they had taken care of themselves a little better, and, that involves diet,
Right.
Yeah, so there is a place for diet before dialysis, definitely, but, also a place for diet after with dialysis, too.
So I know a good percentage of people who need dialysis have had diabetes as well. So it sounds like when their kidneys fail, they have even more dietary restrictions. Is that true?
Well, yes, because on top of following the diabetic diet, now they have to also follow a renal diet. Yeah, so some of them feel like there's not much left for them to eat. But, we show them that there still are a lot of foods you can still eat. Not everything they want to eat. Or I like to follow the kind of a 90-10 rule. Try to follow your diet 90% of the time. And then maybe indulge 10% of the time or less,
Yeah, it's something you have to do every day forever, and that's hard to maintain.
Yeah, so it has to be something you can live with.
Any general advice you give to patients when they first start on dialysis?
Try to do what the doctor says. Take the medicines that are prescribed. Try your best to follow the diet, and if you fail, don't give up. Just keep trying.
So, how did you get into working as a dietitian? What did you have to study in school?
Well, I had to get a Bachelor of Science degree. So my Bachelor of Science degree is in food science and human nutrition. And dietitians are also required to complete an internship or get a master's degree. So I did an internship 1 year long I did mine in Michigan. Yeah. And then we have to take a national exam. Only then can you be a registered dietitian.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have continuing education requirements once you're licensed?
Yes, currently, yeah. It's like 75 credits every 5 years, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
and is there a kidney diet specialty within being a nutritionist or dietitian, or is it a general
There is.
education?
You can be nationally board certified as a renal nutrition specialist. So I did have that, it's called CSR for short. So I did have that for 15 years. And this is the first time that I've decided to maybe take a break from it, because I've been in dialysis for over 20 years, so I want to, you know, keep up with other things going on in nutrition too.
So can you give us a brief overview of what a healthy diet is, what a renal diet is like?
A renal diet is typically high in protein because patients lose protein when they undergo dialysis. It's low in salt. It's also low in phosphorus and potassium because the kidneys no longer filter out phosphorus, potassium, fluids. They're on a fluid restriction. Yeah. So what your kidneys used to do 24 hours, 7 days a week, now only happens typically 3 to 5 hours, 3 days a week, you know, during dialysis. That's when your filtering happens. So the diet is to control what happens in between those days when you're not getting dialysis. And every patient is different and has different comorbidities or other types of, you know, illnesses.
Right.
It's not just dialysis. So, yeah, so it's very individualized, you know, what the dietitian tells the patient.
So I assume you need to know a lot about diabetes diet as well as kidney diet.
Yeah. Don't be in denial. Yeah, yeah, because then you can attack your problem, right? You can work on it if you're not in denial. And also, for dialysis, consider all your options. There are many different kinds of dialysis, and some are better, you know, different pros and cons to each one. So make sure you investigate each type of dialysis and pick the one that fits your lifestyle the best. Yeah, yeah. If you have CKD or chronic kidney disease, you can delay dialysis by following your diet and taking your medications.